Think of how many times in one day you interact with agriculture. The food you eat, the clothes you wear, the house you live in, and even the car you drive. Nearly all of the products that we interact with on a daily basis can be tied back to agriculture. But what if you didn't know where your food, your clothing, your house, or your car, what if you didn't know where that came from? One of the best ways to solve this problem is through agricultural education. High school agricultural education programs are one of the most effective ways to educate consumers and the future leaders of the agricultural industry. Let's take a look at the makeup of a high school agricultural education program and why every school should have one. Agricultural education can be broken up into three components: classroom instruction, supervised agricultural experience, and FFA. Every ag ed program is different, but they all feature classes that stem from 8 content areas. Students design their education paths based on their interests and learn by doing, ultimately acquiring skills that are directly applicable to a future career. For example, in my 4 years of high school ag education, I learned how to castrate a calf, do various food testing in a food lab, crunch numbers like a farm business manager, do water testing in my school's pond, and lead discussions on various issues in agriculture. Here in Minnesota, ag ed students have a graduation rate of 91.5%, which is over 10% higher than the statewide average. Almost 40% of Minnesota ag ed students are economically disadvantaged, and roughly 35% are considered non-traditional students. These statistics show us that ag education allows students to not only find their place in the education system, but thrive in a classroom setting. The next component of ag education is supervised agricultural experience, or SAE. A student's SAE is their agricultural experiences outside of the classroom. They can range from the traditional ag experiences, like working on a cattle or pig farm, to the non-traditional ag experiences, like working in a grocery store or advocating for agriculture through social media. These experiences allow students to explore different areas of agriculture outside of the classroom, gain hands-on experience, and apply classroom knowledge to the real world. Many students are able to utilize their experiences to advance themselves into future career paths. For example, my family grows a wide variety of fruits and vegetables on our farms. My parents have always made my sister and me help out with chores, and I, for one, hated it. But my sister loved it and decided that one day she wants to open up her very own greenhouse and sell produce of her own. SAEs, like my sister, allow students to build unique projects that captivate their interests and gain skills that are directly applicable to future careers. And finally, the third component, FFA. FFA is a student organization that develops students' potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success. In Minnesota, there are nearly 11,000 FFA members. Throughout the course of a year, these FFA members are presented with numerous opportunities that will develop their potential, ranging from serving as a chapter officer to attending leadership conferences and competing in career development events to creating their very own agri-science projects. Students are able to gain leadership and career readiness skills. Now that I've shared with you a great deal about the value of an agricultural education program in a school, I know what some of you might be thinking. Well, that sounds great, but we're in college, so why does this matter to us? Here's why. Every job, every career and working opportunity is somehow connected to agriculture. Agricultural education prepares students to fill these working positions. As we face a growing population, we will need more people to feed the world. Giving the next generation the tools they need to meet the rising demand will allow them to face the challenge with a plan in mind and hope that maybe, just maybe, they can be the generation to end world hunger. So what do we do? Many passionate students and community members are using their voices to advocate for their school to begin an agricultural education program. They are reaching out to their school board, administrators, local, and even state government, trying to seek out funding to give students the opportunity to acquire career skills that will prepare them for the future. Today, I am asking each of you to do the same. Reach out to your school board and legislators and share with them the benefits that agricultural education offers to students. Each of us has a story of how we became involved in agriculture. Today, I hope I have inspired each of you to take action and give future students the chance to find their passions and build their own story of how they decided to become involved in agriculture.